by Stan Getz, following P by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ian.
Good morning, Shock.
Where have you been?
Oh, there was a slight altercation with the
You got no excuse.
No excuse. Slip past the alarm. You know how it is.
I've done that. You've done that. We've all done that.
What you guys might not know about how it is aliens
Oh.
and UFOs, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, well, it's been a while because we missed last week due to my reasons, and then the week before, I don't know what happened. I think Surge Studio wasn't working, so we couldn't get,
And the week before that was mid-sem.
Whoa! So we haven't been here in 4 weeks. Feels like a long time.
Yeah, it has been a long time.
So what we did in mid-semester break, we went to the UFO research meetup, which I found on meetup.com. And what we thought it would be, as I imagine what you guys would think that would be, is an objective scientific discussion about UFOs, aliens, and their existence.
And I gotta say, I was really excited because, we're a bit into all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I was expecting people to come up and say, well, look, I don't know if there's aliens, but I found this, so there might be. And someone to say, well, maybe not, a bit of a to and froing of the intellectuals. Unfortunately, it was not that.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely not that. And what it was 4 middle-aged women each taking turns speaking for about half an hour each, who thought they were aliens.
Yeah, it was absolutely
Literally
ridiculous. It was about the most brain dead thing I've seen in my life. But yeah, they all just in one way or the other thought that they were the chosen one.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah, so the first woman who came up, we were really excited because we got in there. It was at Rides Leagues Clubs, for those of you who are interested. And it was packed out. There would have been like a good 100 people. Mainly old people, like 80% old people. Then like 10% people who looked like the comic book guy from The Simpsons. And then 10% other just fruits, just absolute fruits that I don't know. They look normal, but they're definitely fruits.
Yeah.
And then me and Ian, probably the youngest people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first woman, she was like, I don't know, mid-30s or something. And essentially her story was that she'd lived a pretty boring life until this one time she went to Central America. And there she met someone who was from, who had some affiliation with the Mayans?
Yeah.
Is that it? The Mayans or Mayans? And then they told her that
She was a star
star seed, basically. A star child. And then the goal of a star seed is that they want to help people on Earth. And at this moment, she knew that was her journey for the rest of her life. And from there, she kind of went into a recount of a story of her meeting with aliens when she was a child. But she only remembered that after she met the Mayans.
Which didn't make much sense.
And it was essentially kind of like when someone tells you like a bad dream. She was like, and then they took me into a dark room and I was covered, but they uncovered me and there were 3 grey-looking creatures who touched me. Literally, that's what she said.
Yeah, and she just went on about that as if it was absolute fact, and that had molded her existence, and she was getting into it. There was one point where she was, and her stories were just basically gibberish, really. She was telling this one story about how she had a bit of a fit because she embodied a Native American girl watching her village get slaughtered. Which didn't make any sense, really. And I don't know what that has to do with aliens at all.
Yeah.
But she was crying. She was in tears.
She did start crying.
Struggling to get through this story.
But we felt no nerves, as I'm sure you wouldn't. It was just, it was so dumb. It was just so dumb. And then it continued with, the next girl who was a clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she talked about her trip on a boat one night. Oh, she took a trip on a holiday trip on a boat, and then she saw a bright flashing light, and that indicated that there were aliens contacting her.
Yeah, and then she started seeing like visions, which apparently was the aliens giving her visions so that she could then save the life of this other girl.
Yeah, but interestingly, though, Ian, I've talked to a few people since the UFO research meetup about aliens, and this thing about flashing lights across the sky has come up.
I mean, yeah.
And a few people have said that they know, you know, reputable people who've had experiences with the flashing lights, and it's changed their opinion on whether the existence of aliens and UFOs.
Oh yeah, look. Well, that's part of the reason why I was so disappointed with this meetup, because you know there's a lot of cool things you can talk about. You can talk about crop circles, you can talk about the flashing lights, you can talk about this, that, or the other. But it was just all these really
Egocentric, boring
talking
people.
about how they were like the chosen ones.
Yeah. But anyone out there who has experienced the flashing light, please text in. The number, as always, 0448856416. And the phone line, which I'll give to you guys, which none of you have used, 91140902. Keen to hear about your experience with flashing lights. Yeah, that was it. It just ended up being these egocentric girls who all were the chosen person who'd experienced something higher than what everyone else was experiencing. I'm not sure exactly what like psychological deficiency they had. Probably just no one had ever listened to them, or they'd never got any attention or love or something like that. But that's what was going on.
It was just huge egos. Like the first woman, for example, she the one who had that vision as that Native American girl. She said that when she left the area, all the spirits of the land and all the spirits of the people who'd been killed there thanked her because they could finally ascend to heaven.
Yeah,
because of her, which didn't make any sense really. And then the next person,
the next girl,
story about how the aliens gave her this vision and told her that another girl on the boat or something was going to kill herself. So then she said, the clairvoyant said to that girl, you know, keep going.
Yeah.
So she saved her life essentially. But I mean, not really, because there was no indication that the girl was going to kill herself. And also, this is a way that you can say, I helped people without any kind of proof.
Yeah.
Like saying, I freed the spirits
yes.
of hundreds of Native Americans.
Yeah. She was essentially saying as well at one point that by her smiling to a person that she intuitively knew was depressed, it made this person feel better, so she was acting as some sort of savior.
Yeah.
And this sounds like whack and crazy, but we're paraphrasing it pretty much exactly as they described it.
Yeah. In fact, we're making it sound a lot better.
Yes.
Because they would go on for just so long about how they saw a turtle in their mind's eye or something.
Yeah, yeah, and then there was the next girl who was a grey, and the greys are an actual alien species. What do I mean, actual alien species? They're a proclaimed alien species, which are like medium height and coloured grey. And
she believed she was actually a grey.
She literally believed she was a grey.
Yep.
That was silly.
And she was saying some really brain dead stuff, like, I have a chip in my body that is an interdimensional key that allows me to access different dimensions, and I perform surgery on humans as an alien to remove implants in them that the government has put in them.
Yes, that's when it got. I think that's when we left because it got too stupid. Because they were now just pulling out the government. But what she was also doing, she was throwing in other spiritual aspects as well. She was she was throwing in words like chakras and I don't know, stuff about crystals and fucking I don't know, peace and I don't know. They were just it was a hogwash of spiritual terms combined with her own bullshit about being an alien.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. And there was one more speaker who was another middle-aged woman who had a couple of kids, and she says that an alien regularly came to visit her and her kids to teach them about peace and love and that sort of shit. And I mean, aliens came down, they would have just the dopest technology, you know? Why would they come
Why
down?
would they get to you old Hillary Clinton looking sad woman?
To then talk to you and your kids about peace and love.
Yeah. Oh, this is I'm feeling pain bringing up this conversation again because it was so frustrating to listen to these brain dead morons for 2 hours.
But they fully believed it, really believed it.
Yeah, it was whack. And that woman, she was the story, the one, the Hillary Clinton old motherly bitch woman. She was the one who told the story about her son waking up with a bruise that was the bruise wasn't a normal bruise because it was coloured on the outside ring and the center was white. So imagine a like a donut bruise essentially, and so the son had woken up with that, and she had pretty much just come to the conclusion that was an alien making contact with the son
whatever reason.
in her dreams, and she went and saw a GP to ask about this bruise, and it's a regular shape, and the GP said that wasn't very common. So from that, she told everyone this, and she inferred that it must have been an alien, because even when she went to the doctor, and the doctor said it wasn't that common, it must be an alien.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there were just all these ridiculous, like they reckon that all of us have alien DNA at us. Oh my god, they would use scientific terms, not only spiritual terms. Like they would mention DNA.
Oh, they mentioned Einstein.
Their mission, the Greys' mission was one of peace, because they're trying to unlock our DNA to ascend us to a higher level.
Yeah.
Didn't make any sense whatsoever.
Oh my god. All these people need a healthy dose of education.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And the funny thing was that these people had books, like the last speaker who was the alien, for you guys out there, she's got a book and you can buy it. And the book was on sale there. I had a little bit of the book, and there was like one chapter which was like 2 pages long, and it was like science. Like she was going to attempt a scientific exploration into what was going on. And like the first paragraph was like, Einstein's famous equation is E equals mc squared. This says that everything is energy. As I have described in previous chapters, everything is energy. So therefore, science backs what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. Oh my god, I can't even... Look, you know, we gave AA 2 thumbs up, and the Church of Scientology...
This was
2
dumber
thumbs
than
down.
Scientology.
Like, can I give it 7 thumbs down? Like, how are we going to do this?
I don't know how you rate how dumb this is.
It was the worst thing I've seen in my life.
It was the dumbest thing I've seen in my life. I can't think of anything else. But what we were trying to figure out, and you might be able to help us with this, is like, is that like in the bottom 5% of like people in society like doing dumb shit, or is this like mid-range? Because I mean, obviously we're in the highest tier because we go to university, have had pretty good education, so we're dealing with the smartest people of society. Like
we know there's aliens out there.
Yeah, but is that mid-range like population, or is this right at the bottom?
Well,
it's scary if it's mid-range.
What I wanted to know is, do you reckon that all these people, do you think that they really believe it themselves, or do you think they kind of like, I don't know, told a little white lie, and then someone was like, oh yeah, that means aliens contacted you, and they liked the attention, so it kept on getting more and more outlandish, and they found that the bigger the stories got, the more worshipped they get.
Yes, I think that's very likely. Like what if you put a gun to their head and said, all right, do you believe you're an alien? And like, we're going to prove it. Like, we've got a test that can prove it. Are you willing to take this test? And if you fail this test, you will get shot in the head. Would they take the test?
No, but I think they would rationale it like, your human technology can't compete with my advanced grey DNA.
So they'd willingly take the shot? The bullet?
Wait, how do they...
Well, okay, this was my hypothetical test. I don't know if I explained it well. Basically, are they willing to bet their life on the fact they're an alien? Or when, like, push comes to shove, everything's on the line, there's a gun to their head, they'll be like, all right, maybe I'm not.
Dude, I reckon the person who thought she was an alien believed it. Like, some real psychotic.
Yeah, I think she was too deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think maybe the woman who, because she said she was really new to it, the one who believed that she entered the body of a young Native American girl and all that. I think maybe she believed it because she said that, that was kind of her experience, and she was already, on this really whack New Age trip. And maybe she just kind of zoned out and had a daydream and then told people about it, and they were like, oh yeah, that means you must have entered the body of a young Native American girl. So maybe that sort of like fed into itself. But I think the woman who said, her whole life she's been an alien and she enters different dimensions through this chip placed in her, and yeah, I think she's pretty far gone.
Yeah, I think she's well off the deep end.
Actually, they mentioned other alien species who also live on Earth, but are bad. So they're like good aliens and bad aliens. And I actually think the reptilians were what they were referring to. So it all comes back to the lizard people.
The Donald Trumps.
Once again, yeah.
The lizard people.
Dude, I reckon Donald Trump isn't a lizard person, right? And that's why he stands out so much. Because everyone else in the top tier of society is a lizard person. And that's why he is like, so, I'm not saying that's a good thing. Like, he's still a Gronk. But I reckon that's why he stands out so much. And that's why he seems so outlandish.
He can't camouflage in like the lizard people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Or maybe humans just aren't made for that kind of position of power.
Humans aren't made to be president of the United
are bred
States.
For it,
Yeah, that's it. Basically, sorry, I've just got a message. Oh yeah, it's just a message coming in. She's well off the deep end. Great lizard people, Bant 2. Thanks, Harry. Maybe, dude, but I won't be going to another UFO research.
No, and that's really disappointing because I think it had real potential to be really cool.
It does. But, see, then you say things like that, and I want to find a legit.
But is there any
legit? Because it just brings in too many crackheads, doesn't it? And just too many whack out people who are like, oh, I had a bad dream last night. Must have been an alien. Go to the alien meetup. And then people like me and you, who are there for the cold hard facts, have to deal with that.
Yeah, well, I think it's that kind of society because I can't be like, look, here's my really good argument for aliens. So my theory is pretty whack already, but I'm doing it in a good way. But your theory is way out there.
Yes.
Get out of my house. Like, you can't do that. You have to allow...
Yeah, because you're kind of whack yourself. Like, it's a bit pot calling the kettle black saying, hey, you're fucked in the head, You think you're an alien. And then someone could look at you and be like, dude, you're fucked in the head. What are you talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So... so I think it would be hard, but I don't know. Like, I've seen some pretty cool docos out there.
I haven't watched enough docos.
I mean, some of them are pretty alright, and they're just what I wanted out of this and didn't get.
Yeah, such a disappointing meetup, wasn't it?
But it really was, and you know what I'm kind of finding with like a lot of this kind of out there stuff. A lot of it is a form of narcissism to just be different.
Yeah.
And special, like a special snowflake in some way.
Yep.
I mean, this is a pretty extreme example because they were like, saving the fate of the human race and stuff.
Dude, if there's like a weird connection. I shouldn't say weird. There's like a connection I feel between all these things we've gone to, like like Scientology, AA, and this. It's like people have just like gotten lonely, not had a few good people, to connect to, not had some good friends or some family or something. So they've ended up in just cracked shit like Scientology, drugs, or thinking they're an alien.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what's going on.
There seemed to be a loneliness to
It's
all
like there was a loneliness to all of them.
Yeah.
Society had ostracized them or something.
Yeah, but it seemed like for the alien people, society had ostracized them through extreme mediocrity. In a way. Like they were so bread and butter. It's not like they were, outliers. It's not like they were drug addicts like we are. Like we met in AA. And it's not like they were, really depressed people like we saw in the Church of Scientology. But I think that, life just kind of left them by, and that didn't sit right with them, so they had to...
They had to make a point. Yeah, no, I think that's really the case with some of the aliens. Like, well, fuck, am I just nothing? Like,
yes.
Is that my life?
So I guess it really goes to show, you can be lonely in any branch of society.
That's it. And you are nothing, but that can hurt people. That cold hard truth that you're nobody, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah.
Except us.
What?
Because we're gonna crack the truth. We're gonna save the human race.
Truth, dude. There's another thing I wanted to talk to you about today, and you haven't heard about this.
Oh.
And you guys out there probably don't know. It's about the eye gazing society.
Oh, really? No, I haven't.
So I got an email back from the Clubs and Societies office at University of Sydney last week, saying that they had rejected my appeal to start the University of Sydney Eye Gazing Society.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it.
And I promptly called the society up and asked for the reasons. And they said, this is the biggest joke ever, that there's inherent health risk with eye gazing society because they looked up eye gazing on the internet and found that it causes hallucinations. So they cannot have that happening on campus or University of Sydney being involved with that.
Wow.
What a load of shit.
Look,
dude.
Look, there's a lot of reasons to reject that society. And that's a pretty poor, because that's just like saying, you know,
Dude.
sitting in a lecture can cause hallucinations because you kind of just
you can stare at anything and fucking that will fucking give you
I
hallucinations,
sit in
man.
high school assembly for fun.
You used to hallucinate?
Yeah,
I could, yeah. Well, I didn't do that. I wish I did that.
well, it's pretty lame hallucinations.
But I feel it's political, man. I feel it's political.
What do you mean political?
I think they're trying to shut down what eye-gazing society represents,
Yeah?
dude.
What does it represent, man?
It represents connection across all fucking walks of life, all ethnicities, overcoming all obstacles at university,
All obstacles.
all of them,
Yeah.
just to bring people together. And I think they think it's like some hippie shit,
Yeah, well, it is.
which it is, and they're just not gonna fucking have that.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're just using this risk, which is a complete baloney, as a way to not promote the eye-gazing society.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean,
risk
I
is
looked it up.
blind.
I was looking up. I was quite pissed off. I was looking up what the societies they have. There's a meme and banter society, which obviously that's probably awesome, but like, what does that even mean?
And in terms of health risks, last year I helped found the Sydney Uni Motorcycle Society, which is Health Risk Central.
What? There's people driving motorbikes. Also, I'm pretty sure there's like a beer society and wine society
Yeah, there's heaps
that
of
which can get you absolutely wrecked. It's bullshit, man. There's just it's a complete hypocrisy. And I mean, I've got some of the email here. I'm just going to read some email out from the secretary. In regards to the issue of hallucinations and other health and safety concerns, like what are the other health and safety concerns? I'm afraid that this may be an insurmountable obstacle. As an unincorporated organisation, the level of liability which the USU would need to take on to officially allow, endorse, fund the act of eye-gazing is too high. Even if the intention of your society is not to produce hallucinations. Unfortunately, the risk of damage or unsafe behaviour is still significant. I would suggest that if you were to appeal the rejection of your new club application, you explain in detail how exactly you will limit the time of gazing. What processes as mechanisms would you have in order to facilitate the safe practice of the activities of your club?
That's pretty next level.
That's
conspiracy
fucked.
right there.
That's fucked, dude. First time I tried to start a society at uni. Yeah, that's cool. Ian's just going out to the bathroom.
Do some cool stuff.
Yeah, he's doing some shit. That happens. Well, that's completely fucked. Does anybody fucking have an inside person in the UCID student politics who can help me? Please contact me. I've got a text in here. Hashtag Gazegate, start a movement. Thanks for that text in. I think that's what's going to happen. So the plan of attack is to obviously appeal the rejection, and I'm going to try and make contact with this secretary who's shut down the eye-gazing society and have a chat to her, maybe a gaze, and just really outline what eye-gazing is actually about and shut down these claims that will cause hallucinations. And I've done eye-gazing several times, and it's never caused a hallucination. It's maybe caused a mild kind of like a feeling of like, oh, shit just went blurry. But no more than what would happen if you stared at you know, the mirror for like 5 minutes, or you stared at the same point on a wall for about 5 minutes, as Ian did in assembly. So, yeah, the eye-gazing society... We're not going down without a fight if the clubs and society thinks that is going to happen. And yeah, if they reject that again, then there'll be a protest. There'll be a protest gaze. That's what's going to happen. Another text in, you don't choose the gaze life. The gaze life chooses you. I agree wholeheartedly. I didn't choose it. This came to me and felt the urge to start the society at university. On another note, I'd like to share with you guys an email that I got at work this week, and I'm not even sure if you're allowed to read emails from work, but basically it was about a hygiene issue at work, and I just want to share some of this because it's so funny. 1 second, I'm just getting it up. Yes, another text in. Sit in gaze on the quad. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think that's what's gonna happen, because I'm like, now that it's been stopped by the secretary and these people, it's made me want the society even more. Not even just to eye gaze and have it, just to like win the battle that has started with the clubs and societies people. 24-hour sit-in, why not? It'd be fun. I've never done a 24-hour sit-in before. That's pretty hardcore hippie shit, but I'd do it, and I'd love if other people would do it with me. So let me know if you're still interested in fighting the clubs and societies office to get the eye gazing society started. Anyway, back to this email. So basically, I'm sure as people who work in offices know, there's group emails that are sent around that basically they're sent to everyone to outline just like meetings in the office or what's going on. So I received an email last week about a group email about hygiene in the office, and the hygiene in the office, it's not that bad really. You know, there's always a little bit of toilet paper on the ground, or like someone hasn't flushed the toilet every few weeks or something, or there's some skid marks or that. But it's not obscene. So I was a bit surprised to get this email sent from the boss, but I'll just share it with you now. Based on various observations, complaints, and concerns relating to the use of our bathroom facilities, including male, female, and unisex shower, I'd like to suggest a few housekeeping rules that, if we can stick to, I think will allow all of us to look forward to consistently pleasant bathroom experiences. 1. Please flush the toilets after use. I know it sounds obvious, but this practice is not always observed. Additionally, our air-operated systems mean that more than one flush is sometimes required to do away with your unwanted goodies. This will help to create a welcoming environment for the next user. 2. If you do experience a blockage, in the toilet that is, please be patient and give several flushes to clear it. If you can't clear it, then please advise our office manager or building management so that it can be fixed, rather than leaving the problem to the next user. Anonymity will be strictly observed at all times. 3, if you soil the bowl, please be considerate and use the brush provided to freshen up its appearance. 4, if you are unfortunate enough to soil the toilet rim of the seat, you're probably having one of those days. But please do your best to remedy the situation as you might do in your own home. 5, please don't leave toilet paper on the floor. It's probably innocent enough, but let's face it, nobody feels completely comfortable picking up someone else's used toilet paper. 6, if you happen to leave fluids on the floor of the cubicle, please consider the next user whose clothes may make intimate contact with said fluids.
I like how it's sort of colloquial and a bit jocular, but it also uses formal language.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like he's getting the point across, but he's like taking like a bit of a friendly approach to it. But the message is clear.
Yeah, the message.
You don't have an excuse not to, but it's better than... I mean, what way can you do it? Because I read emails like this and I'm like, this is always going to be a joke. Toilet, anything to do with toilets, it's always toilet humor.
No, he or she handled it quite well. Definitely. It could have been done worse. Definitely.
Yeah, it could have been done worse.
I mean, you know, speaking of done worse, so this eye gazing thing.
Oh yeah, I just went a big rant about it while you were gone, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I mean, you know.
Dude, I can't believe it either. I was like, oh, sick. Start a society, do all the paperwork, get the signatures, go to the office, have the meeting, have the inaugural general meeting, becomes a society, Bob's your uncle. Get a bit of funding.
So you're not considering like, because I mean, you know, you don't need much funding.
No.
Really? Are you considering making an underground eye gazing society? An illegal eye gazing
I think
society?
if the appeal gets rejected, the society will still continue to go on. But and I mean, it won't be underground, but like, I don't think they'll stop us.
No.
I don't think they'll shut us down.
No, I mean, it'd be a bit ridiculous saying. I mean, you know.
I think it'll just mean we won't get
giving
funding.
Money is one thing, yeah, but like.
And that's it. And maybe not the publicity that we could have got otherwise.
The publicity would have been nice, especially like O Week and all that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Get some newbies into the hippie scene early.
Yeah.
But I mean, she also mentioned that we didn't meet the clubs and societies' objectives, and one of them was like enriching the student experience. Like,
but I mean, that's so vague. In fact, I think that you know, caveat was made just so they can reject people on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think of that. Probably. Yeah, that's it. I mean, they're going to allow fucking Oh wait, no, I'm gonna say that's actually pretty dope society. I was gonna say like the calligraphy society, but that's actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of other stupid societies.
The Board Game Society. Disney Movie Appreciation Society.
There's like I'll get these clubs and societies up. So there's some more stupid ones out there. All the ones that I'm coming to my mind are actually sick, and I really would like to be a part of. But
You know, I would like to be a part of like a spooky society. Something sort of like
yeah, we should start that.
Yeah, all right, let's start a spooky society.
Yeah, probably try to shut us down though.
The man getting on our back.
The man at uni, dude. This is the first taste I've had with like politics, like not just any kind, and it's pretty fucking annoying, isn't it? You get
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
people who fucking weaseled their way into some shitty power position, and then they hold it over you like, oh well, I'm the boss because I fucking sucked up to these people and campaigned on Eastern Avenue, so I get to choose what goes on around here.
Uni politics is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend about this earlier, and he was like, anyone who thinks they've got a sophisticated view of politics at the age of 21, like, just knows nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, like, it's just not going to happen. Except these people think they're so high and mighty.
Oh my god, I was watching, there was a live feed of like the USU election debate or something. And I didn't see anyone watching it unironically. Because you can like, you can do comments and you can add emojis and stuff, like live during the feed. And basically everyone was just spamming the laugh emoji. Because all these people were taking just the most minor, unimportant stuff seriously. Like, real seriously.
Like the people in the election.
Yeah, the people
Like
doing
what?
the
What were they
debate.
talking about?
Oh, I don't even know.
No, get like something. I haven't seen this. I'm really curious.
I don't know about like...
Like what campus fucking coffee shops? There should be more. Is it like that?
Yeah, oh no, it's even more basic than that. Because at least that sort of, is like business related and has like
Oh,
they
yeah.
take a lot of money behind that. Like that's still a big movement, No,
Like-
it was way worse than that. It was like...
Well, is it like... Oh, shit.
Oni
is it-
Swar, did the grammar editor do a good job? Or like, just... And they were,
Oh, my
and they were
God.
getting so into it. Like they were yelling at each other. and just getting
What?
So into it.
Who are these people? Do they know how much of a joke they are
Dude,
to everyone
I
else?
think they're just people who want to put on their resume.
Yeah, I think
I
there's
think that's what it
there's
starts
definitely
off
some
as.
people there, and it's like, and it'll set them up like a little bit later, and it's just a bit of like, I think a fair bit of it is just like a bit of an ego trip, like it's not that you really want to be the president so much as you want to just beat the other people, like because I feel like with the eye gazing society, it's not even now that I so much want an eye gazing society. I just want to fucking beat these people.
Yeah.
At this game,
Yeah, how you gonna
so
do
so that I can have it. Well, you weren't in the office, but if the appeal gets rejected, there's going to be a sit-in. There's going to be a protest gaze
Wow.
in the quad.
Wow. In the quad.
A protest
How
gaze.
many people?
As many people as I can get.
How? So like...
Probably like 10.
That's still pretty good. I don't think I know 10
Would you
people.
do it with me? Would you sit there for 24 hours?
24 hours? What? No.
2?
Maybe. If I didn't have much to do.
Yeah. Got a few more
I
texts.
mean, but how's it going to be like a protest? Are we going to like sit on the grass when
We're gonna
it's
sit on
portions off?
we're gonna sit on the grass and say this is a protest. We'll put up a picket sign saying protest to get the eye gazing society. What's the word I'm looking for?
Going.
Going. Yeah, and then there'll be a clipboard next to that with a petition, and you can sign that petition if you want the eye gazing society to go forward.
Okay.
You'll do it.
Okay,
That's gonna
alright.
happen. I've still got a year left at this uni.
Fair
It's
enough.
not over. Like these student politics, it's just begun. The battle's just begun with these.
All right, yeah.
people.
I'll back you up.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention a few more texts. Another text is gazing dating site. Swipe right if you want to gaze with me. That's pretty doozy. I'd do that.
I mean, isn't that just sort of Tinder?
It's pretty much the same. Can you have a chat about the English standards of UCID international students if you're having a go at the uni? What do you reckon, Ian?
Well, I think, much like a lot of people, I think international students are a varied, group of people. But I do think there's a big confirmation bias because maybe people with poor English skills stand out a lot more as an international student. Whereas a lot of the ones who are like, American or already have good English or, have been studying here for a while, you don't register them as international students. You know, I think you only really think about the people who are quite new here and English skills are quite poor, and you know, you kind of tick that off as an international student. But I think that they're really quite a varied bunch
Of Europeans, Americans, and others.
Yeah, I guess so. But not even that. Like, I think once you're here for... Like, I think if someone did, you know, their bachelor's here and now they're on their master's or something, they've probably got pretty good English skills at that point.
Oh, some master's students.
I mean, look, you're in engineering, so it's a bit different.
Yeah, there's some engineering students. It's a bit of a joke. I mean, it's a complete joke. But I mean, it doesn't bother me too much. I'm just like, well, that's a joke. They just pay fucking X dollars to get a degree, even though their English sucks, and they all like copy each other's assignments and just work together. Like, you know, it's a joke, but like, at the end of the day, that's how the system works.
I wish I could get on that, though. Would love to copy someone's assignments. Love that.
You haven't you haven't done that?
No. I mean, sort of. Not to the extent.
I mean, I do that. That's why I can't call them out. I do that as well.
Fair enough. Maybe it's an engineering thing.
Yeah, it's a big engineering thing. It's like the way engineers get through degrees. It's like, oh, mate, can you help me with this assignment? It's like, yeah, mate. And then it's like, that guy got it from someone else.
Oh, yeah, I'll scratch your back.
Yeah, it's a lot of
scratch someone
a lot of
else's.
I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine for 5 years. So everyone nuts out these assignments one way or another and
Right.
just gets it done.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's just too hard.
Too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Much like everything, really.
Much like life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We got another text in. Can you talk about mulled wine?
Yeah, mulled wine's awesome, man.
How do you know
I
what
mean,
mulled wine is?
Mulled wine is like this warm, kind of spiced wine, and it's great. And it's actually a bit of a bad time to be talking about it because we're heading into summer now. But it's a great winter drink. Both Manning and Herman did a mulled wine special during the winter months, and it was fantastic.
What? How do you know about mulled wine?
Because it's what you drink in winter.
What?
Because it's hot.
What?
It's like piping hot, and it's wine, and it's alcoholic, and it's pretty tasty.
What is what? I've never heard of this.
Mate, you got to get on the mulled wine next winter.
How do you buy it in a bottle and then heat it up?
No, you get it from a bar.
What if you want to drink it at home?
Then you can buy it and heat it up.
Oh, so it's like buying wine and heating wine up.
No, it's not just wine. Like it's often flavored. It often can be kind of like, you know, herbal or cinnamony or something like that. Like it's made to be heated up. Like I think heating up just red wine would be terrible.
Yeah. So is it like more wine tasting or more like tea tasting?
More wine tasting, but it's got like quite a distinct flavor. But it's great. Bad time to bring it up because we're heading into summer. It's not a summer drink.
Yeah.
But great drink. So
Oh.
yeah, and the like bars. Not all bars, but like a lot of bars, especially if they have, an outdoor section like Herman's, will be selling it during winter.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Is it? What if I go to the Royal Hotel? Will they sell mulled wine?
No.
If I go,
I mean, maybe. I
okay.
couldn't tell you.
So yeah, I'm basically like pubs. Do pubs sell mulled wine?
Some do.
I've worked in pubs. I never saw mulled wine on the menu.
Really? Did you really work that hard in pubs?
No, I didn't work that hard.
Yeah, there you go. Did you work during winter?
No.
Right,
No, I never did.
There it is.
There you go. I worked at the Coogee Bay Hotel during winter, but I was just a glassy. Dude, even on menus, I've looked at wine menus before. I've never seen a category saying mulled wine. I swear.
No, yeah, you're right. That's because they're not so much on drinks menus. They're more, like I said, they're a seasonal thing. And also, it's not like wine. Like, it's called mulled wine, but it's not really a wine in that you'd be like, oh, this is a fine vintage, or, this wine is from South Australia. It's just like a winter drink.
Okay. So it's not a big deal.
No. I mean, it's tasty, and it's good, and it's alcoholic.
Yeah.
But it's not a big deal. Like, I can't think of a brand of mulled wine, for example.
It's not that fancy.
No, it's not that fancy. It's like, it's a kind of like, like, sit outside, warm your hands to a kind of drink.
Right.
Just, it's real wholesome,
That's a pretty good idea, warm alcoholic drinks.
Actually, there's heaps of warm alcohol around the world. In Western culture, not really, but like sake you drink warm, for example.
Sake. It's like shots though, right?
No, not. I mean, some people drink it as shots, but some people sip it like tea.
Okay.
I mean, if you're drinking it cold, you're probably doing shots of it.
Yeah.
Because it's made to taste better hot.
Okay, right. Yeah, I haven't experienced warm. Well, not that I can think of warm drinking.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Australia's got real focus on cold beverages, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
And then the UK has like, this weird room temperature thing going on,
Room temperature
which
drinks.
I don't get.
Yeah, like wine, champagne, beer. It's all
No,
pretty
I meant
cold.
like, yeah, well, they're ales in the UK at room temperature, which doesn't sit right with me.
Man, all this drink talk. It's got me keen for a beverage.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Dude,
Absolutely.
we should have got drunk in here before. That would have been a lot of fun, wouldn't it? Just getting wrecked before one of these shows. Mulled wine. All right, I'll we'll go for a mulled. Oh, we can't because it's winter. Winter's over.
Yeah,
So we can't go for a mulled wine.
No, probably not.
So they just take it off the menu.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, no one's gonna buy it.
Oh, because it's a hot drink.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a really seasonal thing, like in winter.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but both Maddie and Herman's does a fantastic mulled wine. If anyone out there is listening,
How many times have you drunk at Herman's?
mulled wine specifically this year, like twice.
Shit, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but both those times, like mulled wine was like all I was drinking that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it strong or is it just like normal wine?
Maybe stronger than normal wine, but maybe that's just because of all the herbs and stuff.
Mulled
I would say just
wine.
regular wine, like you get it in cups,
Mulled
They're not
wine.
like shots or anything.
Mulled wine. Sounds so funny. Mulled wine.
So thanks for that, Texan. I've got
Yeah.
quite the opinion about mulled wine, actually.
I'm glad you knew because I did not know a thing about mulled wine. Another text in, eye gazing over a mulled wine would be 10 out of 10.
It would be 10 out of 10. Thank you very much. You know what? Maybe if we tweak this society, because there are alcohol appreciation societies.
Dude,
maybe if we tweaked it
that's
to be
it.
eye-gazing and mulled
I
wine.
will. I'm thinking if this gets rejected and then the sit-in, whatever, after the sit-in, we start a new society, obviously next year, and then we just eye gaze as a part of it and also do what that society does.
Yeah, well, I was thinking...
Because also, dude, I want this funding as well. Like, you get hundreds of dollars for starting a society.
Yeah, we could spend it on mulled wine.
We can spend it on fucking mulled wine.
Yeah, man. Sounds
We
good.
can fucking start the mulled wine
I mean,
society.
yeah, look, I think just edge away from the whole hippie, sort of druggy
There's
aspect.
it's eye gazing. There's no drugs.
I mean, yeah, but that's not what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the kind of thing which is just a bunch of guys getting baked.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I think whoa, this is cool.
Or it even sounds like a
Let's
bit of a
hallucinate.
joke to just abuse the uni money.
It does, which it is not.
No, yeah, it's real business, guys.
Mulled wine society then. I reckon that's the doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there isn't already one.
No, there's not.
How funny would that be? We have the mulled wine and then all these mulled wine connoisseurs come to it who know their shit.
Please leave. We
about
just wanted to look
mulled
at each other,
wine.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but eye gazing and mulled wine would be a 10 out of 10. I
Yeah.
think, on like a cold day. Like you're in a tent and it's raining and it's cold.
Dude, that'd be the best. We set up like tents on the grass outside the front of the quad.
Yeah.
And BYO, or we have a mulled wine van set up.
Yeah, man.
A little mulled wine van. On my van, I'll set up the mulled wine. You take some mulled wine, you go into a tent and eye gaze. Dude, that's pretty out there.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. And in summer you can get like GTs.
What's a GT? Oh, gin and tonic.
But don't we need like licenses to serve alcohol?
Oh,
Isn't that
so
also
true.
a big
That's a
deal?
thing. That's a thing. Can you just like have tents? Can you have like society activities in tents?
I mean, sure, why not?
I guess so.
Maybe.
There's just 20 tents.
I don't know.
What would happen?
I mean, maybe all the structures have to be assembled by like someone, not professional, but someone, on the board or someone who will take liability for any structural failures.
I'm talking about actual camping tents. Where
No,
you
I know.
you know what I'm talking
I
about.
know, but I mean, like, maybe they'll say no because what if a tent collapses, thus injuring someone? Like, who's going to take liability?
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. But with the funding from the clubs and societies, we could buy all the tents. But yeah, we wouldn't have the licenses to mull wine.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to mull it. Yeah, man.
Speaking of out there stuff, have you seen the trailers for the new Planet Earth series?
No, I haven't seen
I
it.
nearly cried when I watched it. I'm getting emotional thinking about it right now, actually.
What's Planet Earth?
Oh my god, what the fuck, man. Planet Earth is like this huge documentary series about nature and planet Earth in general, narrated by David Attenborough.
Okay.
And for the time, and even now, I think it might have been like the biggest production team of anything ever because it had like hundreds of cameramen all over the world working for like years getting footage.
Right.
And they made another one and it looks even better.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And look, when you get home, watch the trailer. Do you know what frisson is? It's like that experience where you get like tingles down your spine.
Oh, I
your
love
hair
that.
stands on end.
That's the best.
I was like uncontrollable frisson. I was like nearly crying. It was insane.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely hit up that trailer. It sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, I think the people who are meant to come at 10:30
Have not
come. I've noticed you've kept checking the door. It's wigging me out a bit. Like there's people there. You've done it like 10 times. You've looked at the door and then looked back at me.
You know what? It's because the door's open.
Yeah.
So every time they corner of my eye, I see an open door and I think someone's just opened it. I'm going to close it now.
Go shut the door. Yeah. I think those people aren't coming. But anyway, what do you guys think about planet Earth, mulled wine, eye gazing, toilet hygiene, and eye gazing? Text in at 0448856416 and the phone number 0291140902.
Yet to be used.
Yet to be used, and this is probably our second last show.
Because
next
we'll
week's
be back.
We'll be back next week.
Semester.
Oh, next semester and the semester after that.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
But for now, and we might even come under a whole different premise next semester. Not giving away any hints.
No way.
Just
we'll change.
Didn't hear it from me.
We'll be changing it up. So that's something to keep on your mind for the next 6 months.
Now that we're talking about our show, I'm actually glad you brought it because listeners, if there are any out there, we actually have a Halloween special for next episode since it's around that time, and I won't divulge too many details, but it'll be a spooky episode, that's for sure. Halloween special. Tune in. Jack, are you doing anything for Halloween?
I haven't made plans yet. I haven't made plans.
Fair enough, man.
Have you?
Yeah, actually, I'm doing a couple of things, and one of them is actually I'm going to the Australian Museum, for something called the Jurassic Lounge, which is like this party that the Australian Museum hosts. It's actually really cool. It's a party the Australian Museum hosts. It's like over 18s, so you don't it's not the usual crowd. And there's drinking and dancing and music, and it's like a club atmosphere. But they also have all this science stuff going on. Like on that night, they've got live spider venom milking and live taxidermy. And it's just all this really fun interactive stuff. As well as drinks and it's just full of young people.
When you say live taxidermy,
I mean live taxidermy.
You mean live taxidermy? Oh, well, it sounds like a pretty big nerd fest, but I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, well, why don't you come along?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, got a lot of the boys and girls coming along.
Oh, do you? Yeah. You organised a crew?
Yeah.
Is it dress ups?
Yeah. Well, it's Halloween. Yeah, so this is the Halloween theme.
Oh, right. What? And you can walk around the museum?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been. I presume a decent amount of the museum.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think the whole museum.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I haven't figured that one out yet.
Yeah.
Halloween. I'm not usually the biggest fan of Halloween. I'm just
you know what? Yes and no. Halloween, nothing much of it happens. I can't remember being I had a dope Halloween, mate. But I would love for Halloween to be great. I think it is the most fun, the spirit of it is the most fun holiday there is.
Yeah.
I think Christmas, that's pretty lame. Easter, also terrible.
Easter sucks. Christmas, that should be every 2 years, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Or it should be only participate if you have young children.
Oh, for sure.
And that's it.
Everyone,
I don't know why people
you just get roped into Christmas. It's such bullshit.
Ridiculous. But why don't you love your family the whole year? But with Halloween, a good old scare never hurt anyone. That's not true. But, I reckon that's something really fun, a bit unusual, a bit creepy. I think it's a cool thing to get in the spirit of.
Yeah.
What is Christmas even?
Yeah, Halloween's got much better spirit, but
because it's unusual,
Yeah.
Whereas what is the spirit of giving?
What?
In fact, my family never really did Christmas, and it wasn't because of a religious thing, but because it just seemed so what the point. But we were also big on buying presents for each other, just because we saw something that we liked.
For Christmas or throughout the year?
No, just throughout the year.
Yeah, I think that's how people should do it.
And actually, we would often have a delayed Christmas because around January, like there are crazy sales.
Oh, Boxing Day sales, motherfucker.
Exactly, yeah. So we would have like a post-Christmas and you get like 3 times the amount of stuff.
I like that. I really like that. I really like how your family hasn't conformed to the social norm of celebrating Christmas Day and celebrating it on Christmas Day.
Yeah, well, even as a child, I was so eager to get at the truth that I never believed in Santa Claus.
Oh, no, come on.
Yeah, I never believed in Santa Claus, and I was like, look, that sounds like a bit of a silly tale, a bit of an implausible tale.
I don't believe you, man.
Yeah. And I don't think my parents really tried very hard to, like, fight that. They're like, yeah.
Maybe they never just dished out Santa enough at you early.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give a shit about Christmas.
Yeah.
So you never got roped into it.
You're probably right.
I think. As a text in there, that is the most Ian Kane event ever. From Dave.
Oh, jeez. How'd you get my real name?
Yeah. But Christmas is such bullshit, dude.
I hate Christmas.
If you had a family, would you have Christmas?
Yes.
Fuck. I think I would. It'd be too many. I think I would because if you didn't, like, for your kids' sake, because it'd be too weird for the kids to like come to school and go through all that shit and be like, oh, we don't have Christmas.
Yeah.
So
I do it for the kids.
Yeah.
But I mean, like people who are into Christmas now, what is that? Get out.
Yeah. Once you're 18 and you're still having Christmas, what the fuck?
Yeah, come on, pick it up, man. And also, like, God, I know people who are like, I can't wait for Christmas because I love the Christmas jingles and like Michael Bublé and all that. And it's like, come on, you can just get it on Spotify. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Although I do like Bad Santa when it comes on. I reckon that's a doozy film. It's my favorite Christmas film.
Once again, you can watch that at any time.
Watch them once again. I can watch that at any time. Fuck yeah. Fuck Christmas.
Also, Die Hard movies are Christmas movies.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Christmas is almost so much cooler in like American films.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, yes, it is. But then again, isn't it just more of what we're not liking?
Like, it is. But like, for some reason, like the families are all stoked. Everyone's stoked.
Yeah.
But then the reality is everyone's pissed off. And there's like...
You gotta get the turkey
and you gotta do all this shit that no one wants to do. And then the day's not that good. And then there's all these fucking presents.
That's a big
that's one of the worst parts about it as well. That's for that reason. Instead of every 2 years, every 3 years. That's how often Christmas should be celebrated. Or abolish it, man. But fucking yeah.
But yeah, so I think we should get on Halloween. Actually,
did your family celebrate Halloween?
No, I don't think that's a family activity. I don't think.